The Development Corporation, Clinton County, New York. Just 45 minutes from Montreal awaits prime, shovel-ready or existing industrial sites, a strong workforce, and ample financing. Discover the possibilities.
Global Sugar Art in Plattsburgh, New York helps a worldwide public make cakes that look this good, smell this good, and taste this good. The warehouse on Route 3 in Plattsburgh carries thousands of cake, cookie, and cupcake making tools, cake pans, cutters, stencils, some of which are designed by the company's owner.
When I started this business, I had about maybe 1,500 or 2,000 different tools that we sold. We now carry close to 10,000.
In 2002, company owner Alan Tatro started his business, just before the world developed a real taste for cake decorating.
At that point, there were not a lot of businesses online selling anything, not to mention cake decorating products. So the first couple years were slow, but then as we became known and we were found, it grew exponentially. And that's what happens when you have a good web business. A customer tells 4 or 5 friends, and all of a sudden you've got 5 customers instead of 1. Also, cake decorating became very popular with the advent of the cake decorating challenges on TV.
Business didn't heat up until after the first 2 years.
We were having a good day if we shipped out 3 to 5 orders in a day, versus now it's 300 to 500 in a day.
In addition to ordering, designing, and selling products, Global Sugar Art makes sure its customers know how to use the products.
Hi, I'm Alan Tatro with Global Sugar Art, and today I'd like to show you how we use our PME plunger cutters. This is the snowflake design.
Tatro makes brief instructional videos that go on YouTube, showing the step-by-step process of cake decorating. He also educates his customers through an online newsletter. Global Sugar Art is one of the few companies that does this.
I think we're fairly unique in that we publish a tutorial, a written tutorial with photographs and step-by-step instructions on a weekly basis. So we have an audience that is waiting for our tutorials every single week.
The online newsletter and video tutorials feature a variety of cakes and cupcakes that look good enough to eat, but I wouldn't. Instead of flour and eggs, these cakes are made from pieces of styrofoam and decorated with real buttercream or rolled fondant. Styrofoam prevents the cakes from melting while being photographed for the web. Helping Tatro design and create these photogenic masterpieces is Plattsburgh resident Angela Gagnier. The former stay-at-home mom began her career 4 years ago, packing products for shipping. After 2 years, she moved up to international shipping.
And then just recently, at the beginning of this year, Alan had asked me to do a trial run for head cake decorator. And so I agreed, and he put me on like a probation period, and then he told me that I successfully managed to get the position.
Gagnier spends her days dreaming up cake and cupcake designs. Her tools of the trade include edible glitter and edible paint. This Halloween cake features bones made of cookies. Tatro lends his ideas to the finished products as well.
Alan came up with the idea to have the fingers coming out of the coffin. Everything is edible. The coffin and the skull are made of cake. Everything else is made of either fondant or gum paste. And then we have edible markers that we use to draw the little veins on them to give them a bloodshot eye look. But the whole cake is edible, so nothing goes to waste.
She makes realistic-looking autumn leaves from sugar, too. Like Gagnier, most of the 22 employees come right from Plattsburgh or the North Country.
We have a very strong team here. Occasionally I'll put regional ads out. And recently I hired a couple of SUNY Plattsburgh grads, both in accounting and for graphic design. I think the local people, first of all, there's a certain ruggedness to people who live in the North Country and are used to trudging through the snow and shoveling their car out of a snowbank in the morning to get to work. And that sort of flows through to their work ethic here at the site. They work very hard and they work very much as a team.
The strong work ethic of the area is just one reason that makes Plattsburgh an appealing location for North Country native Tetro to start and grow his business.
The Area Development Corporation has provided me with buildings and with help in growing my business that I couldn't get anywhere else. So I owe a lot to them. We're one of the largest customers for UPS, so UPS takes care of us and really does a great job. They move a lot of our packages right to Albany the same day that we ship them so that we can gain one day on getting our packages to customers.
Purchasing agent Brian Gadway used to work at SUNY Plattsburgh. Now he orders products for Global Sugar Art. He says he's glad to see a local business flourish from one person's idea.
To establish such a thing in Plattsburgh for such a small community, I think it's a big perk for us.
Another locally raised employee, Lisa Pellerin, used to raise flowers as the owner of Wild Orchid Florist in Plattsburgh. Now she's the general manager at Global Sugar Art. A self-labeled non-cake decorating person, she does get called upon to arrange the sugar bouquets sometimes.
I do a lot of the decorating of the flowers on the cakes that you see in some of the displays. You can be the least creative person in the world and come in here and find something that you can make that turns out being absolutely adorable. I mean, if you take Cody Wood, for example, and Cody made this adorable cake for Alan's daughter Renee's birthday. It was adorable. He had never made a cake before.
Plattsburgh resident Cody Wood had worked in packing about 2 months and then got the craving to make a cake himself.
I work with cake supplies all day, and I figured, what the heck, might as well give it a shot and see how hard it is. A lot of people think it's hard to make a cake, but I figured out that it's not really that hard. It just takes a little bit of time and practice.
Some say what's made cake decorating easier recently is the growing popularity of rolled fondant, a kind of icing that has the consistency of dough. Global Sugar Art is the largest distributor of rolled fondant icing in the United States.
We receive it by the tractor-trailer load about every 2 weeks, and we sell a tremendous amount of rolled fondant icing.
He says the strong consistency of the icing has led to consistently strong sales for the company.
And I really attribute the fast growth to the whole business to the fact that almost anybody can decorate cakes. It's instant gratification. The old method of decorating with buttercream and a piping bag and tips could take 6 months or a year to really learn it well and produce a cake that looked really nice. Now people can use rolled fondant, and by their second or third time, attempt at it, they're getting a really nice looking cake. So there's that little element of instant gratification that they can do it very quickly.
Global Sugar Art sells its products to bakeries, cake shops, and restaurants, as well as people at home who just want to make the occasional creative cake. The company has several 100,000 customers, and it ships to more than 140 countries.
In reality, Global Sugar Art has come to Plattsburgh. It's established in Plattsburgh, and it's growing in Plattsburgh. And it's a real perk for the small community in which we live.
Anybody can do this, really. Anybody can do something here. There isn't something that you wouldn't walk away from here without learning something or being able to do something that's fun and creative.
It's great because there's not a lot of jobs here in Plattsburgh that will give you this opportunity to go from something so small to something spectacular.
It really is a dream come true. For me to be able to make a cake here, to show my customers some technique, and just be able to walk out and have all the tools and supplies that I could ever want at my fingertips is just unbelievable. So it's really a great business. I've really enjoyed this business.
The Development Corporation, Clinton County, New York, à seulement 45 minutes de Montréal. La société offre des sites industriels de premier plan, déjà prêts pour un aménagement ou l'excavation, une forte main-d'œuvre et plusieurs options de financement. Découvrez les possibilités.